Hey, I'm Patrick. Welcome to AnimeCons TV. I'm here with Shannon Morse,
Hello.
star of Tech News Tonight and Hak5 and Anime Fan.
It's true. I go to anime conventions. They're very fun.
When was the last time you went to one?
Like a weekend ago.
Before that?
10 years ago.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yes.
So we went to Sac-Anime in Sacramento, California last weekend, and I knew nothing about this convention going in.
Yeah, me neither.
But it was an hour and a half for me, so I figured, all right, I'll check it out. And it was a lot bigger than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the Sacramento Convention Center, and they had 10,000 people.
10,000?
Yeah, they passed over 10,000. That was the official
Whoa.
count.
I
But-
think that might have been bigger than the last AnimeCon I went to. The last
Yeah,
one
if it was
I went
10
to
years
was
ago.
ACEN, Anime Central in Chicago. And that one was pretty big back in the day.
Yeah, but I don't think they had 10,000
I don't
in.
think so either. Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay, impressive.
yeah, the convention had over a dozen guests, and the typical events you'd find at an anime convention. They had a costume contest, they had a vendors hall.
Masquerade, vendor hall.
Yeah, lots of panels, workshops, and they had dances.
A rave party.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that.
No. They had some video game rooms. I don't know if you
Yes,
saw those.
I
They were
did, yeah.
very sorry looking.
Yeah, there was one in this very underlit room, and it was like, I think you had to pay like $5 to be in a tournament to play the video games. So there was a little bit of a cash thing there, but I didn't play any of the video games. I spent most of my time in the vendor room, and then I
Yeah.
went to a panel.
The vendor room was really impressive.
It
They
was.
had they had Artist Alley in there too in the back, and there a ton of artists with some great stuff.
Yeah, Artist Alley was really, really broad. There was a ton of stuff to check out back there. Not just just
Yeah.
images and prints that people would sign for you, but they were doing commissions. There was a whole bunch of interesting art, like people were selling magnets and pins and jewelry. I even picked up a piece of pottery from one of the people. It was like a Japanese pottery, so it was really cool, very
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, and the artists had not only just art, but books and
Yes.
large prints and small things and
The vendor area was
buttons
really
and-
nice. I spent
Oh,
a
yeah.
few hours browsing through
Oh, there was a
but-
lot of stuff and a wide variety of vendors too.
Yes, that's true. It wasn't all just stuffed animals.
But what was with the alpacas?
I still don't know. I bought a few.
Somebody
They're
write
so
in and
cool.
tell us, why are there so many alpacas? And not just one vendor, like they all had it.
They all had them. They were gigantic too.
It's
I
like they
saw a
wrote to
girl
each other.
walking out with a huge alpaca.
It's like they wrote to each other, let's all bring alpacas, it'll be funny.
Is there an anime about alpacas?
Maybe, I don't know of it. I hope somebody will tell us in the comments or something. But
I did run into one bad experience with a vendor there, and it was because he was selling a keychain at a higher price than another vendor, and I asked him, could you do, like, he was selling it for like $8 or something, and I was like, oh no, and I put it down, and he was like, well, I could do it for $6 if you pay in cash. And I was like, no, that's okay, because I could find it online for $4, and I told him, and he goes, well, why are you price checking if you're going to buy from a vendor? And I was like, well, because you're here in front of me. But I ended up buying it from somebody else who was a few bucks less than that, so
yeah,
I got my keychain.
yeah,
Be
and-
nice to your customers.
yeah, lots of great stuff. But I ended up not buying anything
I bought so
except
much
stuff in the artist alley. I got a book. And
True, yeah. I got some cool stuff out of Artist Alley, and then a couple of T-shirts and whatnot. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
successful.
Now the convention's pretty good at disseminating information. They had the program guide, which is nice color, full color thing with the maps and schedule in here, all color.
Yeah, I like that they included descriptions of all the panels as well, and it
Yeah.
was nice and descriptive. They included guest biographies and whatnot.
Yeah, and I didn't see too many things that had to be corrected, so that was pretty good that they planned that ahead of time. And
is good.
they also had the guidebook app for
Oh,
Android and iOS and I think Windows, but you can get it on a mobile website.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so they just had everything published in that too, so I didn't have to carry around this thing. I could
Yeah.
just reference my phone. And the website before the convention had it was very good at getting the information out there, and so unlike some cons where
Yeah.
you don't know what you're getting into.
I got there with my fiance Saturday morning, about an hour after the convention opened, And the lines to get your tickets for admission were really short. It was like a 5-minute wait, if that, and they gave you your badge. It was about $35 to get in for the one day. I think $40 for the entire weekend. But they had a little bit of swag up there, some posters and whatnot for free, so that was pretty cool. And then it took place in both a hotel and the convention center next door.
Yeah.
So it was definitely pretty large.
Yeah, and it was right across the street. So it was,
Yeah.
and it was easy to get to the convention center. Plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking.
And
A little bit of food nearby.
yeah, there was some places across the street. There was a great soup shop.
Yeah.
So many soups. Oh,
And a P
I
of
went there
Chang's.
twice.
Yes.
yeah, there's
There
P
was
of
a sushi
Chains.
place nearby. I didn't hit that up because I figured everybody else would.
The bento box.
Yeah.
We went there Sunday night, and yeah, there's a Subway, but that was always crowded.
Yeah.
So the other places, the ones that weren't chains, I went to.
Yay.
There wasn't much in the convention center for food, though.
No, there wasn't. I was expecting a few vendors.
Yeah,
at
or
least
just
to have food.
concession stand
Yeah,
that they
some
would run,
concessions,
but
there was one vendor that had a whole bunch of Japanese treats, but those aren't going to hold you over very long.
yeah. The convention center's layout was pretty easy to find everything.
Yeah. And they had staff available all over the place, and it was easy to figure out who was staff. They had, the T-shirts that
Yeah.
said staff on them, so that was really nice
Yep.
and handy.
And then upstairs in the convention center, they had this little balcony with cosplay. It was just
Oh, no way.
you missed the cosplay photo area,
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
and they scheduled times for different shows, so people in
Oh.
those costumes could go out there. And
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I did a Sailor Mars cosplay back in the day. I should have worn my costume.
20th anniversary
I
this
know,
year.
I'm excited. June.
And no, July.
Oh, July. Okay, sorry. What about the guests?
Yeah, they had a dozen guests. They had voice actors, artists, musicians, a wide variety. They had the voice of Mario.
Oh, cool.
So, and the facility could definitely handle it. They had some really large panel rooms.
Yeah.
In most cases, they were way too large, which is a good problem to have.
Yeah.
As long as the room is equipped as you need it.
Yeah, that's true.
One panel we went to, they needed a projector, and they requested a projector ahead of time. They got to the room and there was no projector. So the entire panel had to be moved around to another room that happened to be open at the time
Yeah.
that had one. It was a smaller room, but
It worked out
Yeah.
fine. They ended up having some free time afterwards to answer questions
Mhm.
and to sign some art books and whatnot. So I think it kind of worked out better in a sense.
yeah.
So
And
it was okay.
At a lot of conventions I go to, they'll put the panels back to back, so
Yeah.
the panel has to end early, and then everybody's going to get out while the other one's coming in, but they put some time between the panels, which
Yeah.
works out really well.
It was organized.
Yeah, and so if something needs to run long, or people wanted pictures with the panelist or something, it worked out.
So you enjoyed it?
Absolutely.
Good.
I'll be going back. They do this convention twice a year. We went to the winter one,
Mhm.
but there's also a summer one, and this year it's on Labor Day weekend,
Oh.
which means I can't go because it's Dragon Con
Oh,
weekend.
man. Well, maybe I can still make it. Because I'm not going to Dragon Con, so.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I am? Okay. Apparently I am.
You better be.
All right.
But yeah, I'll come back to the winter one again. That was
Yay.
pretty fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
Maybe this time I'll dress up. Will you help me put together a costume?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
All right. Yeah, if you had any thoughts on Sac-Anime or any other conventions, just leave us a voicemail at 762-ADEQUATE, 762-233-7828, or email us at podcast@animecons.tv.
And you can find me at twitter.com/snubs, SNUBS.
All right. Thank you.